and you have no remorse whatsoever.
In April of 2017, tragedy struck at the Landmark Hotel as 47-year-old Ernest Willingham was brutally stabbed to death. His killer, Daryl Jones, was eventually convicted of second-degree murder in October after entering a no-contest plea. However, in a shocking turn of events, Jones attempted to withdraw his plea just before sentencing, claiming that he had been under the influence of jail-administered medication at the time he entered it. Despite this last-ditch effort to avoid a harsh sentence, the presiding judge was not swayed by Jones' argument and handed down the maximum sentence for his heinous crime.
To serve a minimum of 25 years to a maximum of 100 years.
For Willingham's family, the sentence brought a measure of closure and satisfaction.
He knew he stabbed my son, and my son is dead, and not to take any responsibility for that, I just find I can't even comprehend.
And this next clip was Jones' final plea to the judge.
Apologize to the family if they feel I didn't show remorse to the man who woke me up at 2 in the morning to attack me. Had I not defended myself, I might not be here.
Every day you're sitting in prison, you think about the pain that you caused this family.
And I think
Right.
they think about me getting attacked. You even misspoke the truth, man. Scumbag.
Jones, 41, is being held at a state prison in Manistee.
Malik, you ruined my life. You took my baby, my only son. He didn't deserve that.
In May of 2018, 15-year-old Dennis King was brutally attacked and killed by Malik Terrell, who claimed he acted in self-defense. However, evidence presented in court suggested that Terrell conspired with his brothers to make it look like a home invasion.
And it just breaks my heart that you tortured my baby like that. He didn't deserve that.
Terrell burned King's body in an abandoned house nearby. Terrell later changed his plea from not guilty to first-degree homicide and was sentenced to life in prison with no chance of parole.
I apologize, like I said, for taking his life. And it wasn't over no video game. You right, it was cause he came back to my house and tried to attack me.
On a scale of 1 to 10 for homicides, this is about a 15. Not only did the defendant murder a 15-year-old, when he gets a chance to make a statement to the court, he feigns remorse and then tries to blame the 15-year-old.
Terrell's mother and younger brother were also charged in connection with the crime for helping Terrell flee the scene after the murder. The judge's ruling may have brought some measure of closure to King's family, but the tragedy serves as a reminder of the devastating impact of violence and the importance of holding those responsible accountable for their actions.
For the rest of his life, Eric will rely on others to bathe him, dress him, change his diapers, feed him, administer his pain medications.
A shocking case of child abuse has left a baby boy permanently disabled, and Eric Pendland, the person responsible, has finally been given the maximum sentence for his heinous crimes.
I would submit to the court that this entire record is absolutely devoid of any remorse by the defendant.
The victim, who was only 3 months old at the time, suffered traumatic brain damage and a broken neck that has left him nearly blind and hearing impaired, as well as unable to hold up his own head.
I've been falsely accused. I've been wrongfully convicted.
The court has now delivered the maximum sentence to Pendland for his brutal actions.
Man. I didn't do anything wrong, man.
This serves as a powerful reminder of the importance of protecting our most vulnerable members of society and the devastating consequences of child abuse. After being sentenced to 11 years, the defendant bowed and shook his head before letting out one final outburst. Prosecutors said the victim, who's now 2 years old, was formally adopted by the Lawsons a few weeks ago and now lives out of the area. In a court appearance, Dontar Wright awaited his sentencing for his involvement in the murder of 18-year-old Jordan Cleve from Ann Arbor.
I've lost laughter and love. I no longer have the hope of having grandchildren. I've lost the enjoyment of holidays and birthdays and of everyday life.
Wright had previously pleaded guilty to fatally shooting Clee in October of 2017, but before the sentencing, he was given the opportunity to address Clee's family directly.
I just want to tell y'all, I'll be home soon. R.I.P. Keon. I love my family.
Despite the somber atmosphere, Wright did not show any remorse for his actions. Instead, he taunted the victim's family, adding insult to their already deep wounds.
Watching you sit there, smile, and laugh, and shake your head like this was no big deal, I'm very tempted to just say, I'm not going to accept this sentence agreement. We'll go to trial, and if you're convicted of felony murder, you'll go to prison for the rest of your life. That means you'll die there.
His disrespectful behavior in the courtroom only served to exacerbate the pain and anger felt by those in attendance. This case highlights the tragic consequences of violent crimes and the devastating effects they can have on the families and communities of the victims. It also shows the importance of holding perpetrators accountable for their actions and providing closure to the families of those who have been taken from them. Thanks for watching. We hope that you found this information both informative and engaging. If you haven't already, be sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so that you never miss a new video.